Hello and welcome. So glad you dropped by today. My name is Linda Phippen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. I hope you've been having a great week. I know at this time of year we're all kind of wishing for any sight of spring. We had rain this week and you get all excited, just a little bit of grass and then another snowstorm. So it is coming, it always does. And anyway, let's just look forward to sunnier days and warmer days. And I have some cards that I hope you will enjoy. I'm using DSP for all of the cards that I've done, and I'll leave the descriptions. So thank you for dropping by, and let's just get started. So this is the set that we're going to be working on today, Daffodil Daydream. What a delight this has been. It was lots of fun, and I combined it with the free celebration DSP. I had lots of fun, and the ideas just kept flowing. So I am going to case this particular card, but I do want to add my own personal touches. But I've used, I think, all of the different pieces of paper except for the striped one, but I think I've got them all covered. So let's just get this thing rolling. And also with this these cards today, two of the cards are going to come from the Sentiments Special Moments. And it's funny, I didn't really look at it too closely, but after I did, there is so many lovely sentiments in that. So still not too late to get your free copy. And there it is, Special Moments. So there is lots of lovely sentiments in it. So this is the card that I cased from the Celebration catalog with a few of my own touches on it. But I did use the DSP, and I really liked it. So this is Pear Pazzazz, and I've used the oval layering ovals and the two largest ones for this particular card. And all of these cards are pretty quick and easy to make. I used from the layering dies, this particular die, to get the top and the bottom, which is what they'd used on the sample. So I'm going to show you how quickly we can put this together. So this would be lovely as well. But I used this one for the smaller layers, which gave some interesting colors in there, and as well for the sentiment, Happy Mother's Day. So let's just get this on first. And I thought that had a really nice, a nice top and bottom to it. Now, when I did this, I used this ribbon, which is the, let's see, what's it called here? Diamond Weave ribbon, and you can see that there are holes in it. And what I did was I took the this ribbon here, which is, what's it called? Braided linen trim. And I just found this really huge needle. You wouldn't need one quite that large, but something that will get the ribbon through there. And I layered that on, which I should have done first, of course. So we'll just have to lift that up. easy enough to do. It's always easier when you do it when you need to do it at the beginning, but that's okay. So it does need to go down a little ways just because of the oval. So we'll just give this a trim and get that under there. And this one a trim as well. But doesn't that add a nice touch of color to that particular ribbon? So we know that you can put any number of ribbons in there. Although this one is quite thin, so that's really what you want. You want a thin ribbon. Adhesive down there. Might have to put a little bit of glue to convince it, but let's see if we can get that. Okay, just hold that for a second. So I already did the coloring because it's quite simple coloring. So I used the Mango Melody, the dark one, and the light So saffron, and then 2 colors of green, which could be any colors that you would like. So I used light mossy meadow and light old olive. So that's what I used to color that. And then I put it through the embossing folder, which is the stripes and splatters. And I did the coloring on there so you could get a good look at how really neat that is. Doesn't that look like a really big splatter that you'd have to clean up? Okay, so what I used for the oval, the larger oval, is the DSP that's on the other side of this. So we'll put that on, and then you can see the texture on the daffodil. And then it gives just a little bit of color on the outside. And then we'll just put some dimensions on here. Now it is a pretty big oval to put, but you don't want to skimp on the dimensions. So this Mother's Day is coming up, usually in May, and that's part of the sentiments that go with this set. So it really would be ahead of the game to have a Mother's Day card already. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there because that's not staying down. And it would have stayed down had I glued it. Let me just hold that. So the sentiment is Happy Mother's Day, which is, I do not understand how this happens. I made one just like that. So once again, we'll just pretend that we have it. And the DSP for the background is the same as that. And on the inside of the card, I just used the same DSP and a very vanilla oval, which matches the DSP. So that is, oh, and then when I find the sentiment, I will put that on. And then I'd really liked, because it would be for your mom, I really like to put some sparkly bling on here. So one would go in the sentiment. Do you ever find that? It doesn't matter how much you're organized, there's always something that goes missing, or You're like, I just don't know where it is, but I'll find it. I always find it. It's always in a special place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put that down here. Okay, so card number 1, very, very easy, the DSP, which makes a really quick background. And I was very happy with that, except for the sentiment that I can't find. Now, card number 2 was lots of fun because I love working with dies. And I also combined this card with, do you remember this set, wrapped bouquet, because I wanted that wrapping of the flower, and I thought of that immediately. So I did, and I also used for the sentiment, which, oh look, I have already here, from the Ornate Floral Dies, and that is a beautiful set. So I cut the wrapping of the flowers from vellum, and this is the little piece. Now, I realized you don't really need to have this piece because you could just take a square and just fold it, but since it went with what I was thinking of, I'm just going to fold it up, and I think, let me see how I did that. Okay. I think I'm going to stop this. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so you fold that in, that on the top, you fold this over, and then you fold that. And that's how you get that little shape. Worked better the first time I did it. Okay, so the DSP that I'm using is this one with the black plus signs on it. And in another card, I've used this lovely daffodil on. I took a piece of white paper and I used the script embossing powder, embossing folder, and I used that for a subtle, very subtle. It looks, it's more prominent in real life. Okay. And white on white, do not hesitate to use white on white because it gives a very classy look. And then when I put the black on it, it just makes it stand out so nicely. So this paper is the same size, and I'll have the dimensions, and it's just cut corner to corner. So now that we have our little bouquet ready to go, our little holder of the flowers, I'm just going to, because it's vellum, just going to use a glue dot there. And then I just put the leaves in first. So one on each side. And don't worry about when you put this in, if you're going to use this idea, to make it longer because on the bottom, because you can cut it off. These are the two stems that can be die cut, and if you need to trim those off, of course, you just go right ahead. So this one I'm going to put off to this side, and This one goes on this side. Okay, and then I just added another piece for the looks like a bud. So I'm going to add this on and add a little bit of glue to each one of these. I didn't want to glue them while it was in the wrapper because in case it moved, so you can reposition it if you wish. Okay. So when you figure out where you want it, now it needs to come down a little bit more. I bet a lot more. Okay, so you get it where you want it. Lay it down. Okay. So I'm just going to take this, sit it on there for a second. Then the daffodils, they come in 2 pieces and you just layer it. So there's 2 pieces for the leaf. It's not the leaves, but it's the part of the daffodil, and then 2 layers for that, and you just put them on top of one another. So I just I did that ahead of time because you don't need to see me glue each little piece together. So I had one going here. Okay. Then one way over here. Okay, so actually you can put this one here. And again, I'll just put something heavy on it because it just sometimes needs a little heaviness. Then we have the little blossom. And where is the other flower? There it is. Oh, look at that. I almost lost it. So again, don't hesitate to put something heavy on that. Just let it... And I just... Sometimes the glue, do you find that? It just needs to have a little minute to settle in. So the sentiment also comes from, what does it come from? The wrapped bouquet that says, "Love you bunches." And I thought that would be awesome. So I stuck that there. And for the dimensions on this one, I came up with the idea in my head to put the black ones on the white side and white ones on the black side. And then let's put a small one. Where should we put the small one? Right in here. No, it's not a good spot. I'll put it over here. Okay, so that is card number 2. I really liked it. This just reminds me of spring. It's quite exciting, actually. So the next card, again, DSP, and this I used as blessings, Easter blessings, because Easter is coming up as well. But what I did with the DSP for this one is I did some cutting, and I'm going to get all our little pieces out here. And on this sheet, it has the flowers on the bottom and flowers on the top, and you can cut it and make at least 6 cards from it. So lots of variety. So I did the same thing here. Was 2 pieces of DSP, this one and this one, and then I just took flowers and I just put dimensions on them, and dimensions here. Put dimensions on them to give it some depth, and it doesn't matter where you put them at all. And some of them I just cut off, not cut off, but cut off cut into the flower and just folded them up to give it a little bit of, I don't know, interest. So we'll put one up there. And you know what? I didn't even line them up with the flowers that are there, because that is just wanting to drive you crazy. And I did use one with a little pink flower on here. So when you cut them, again, just fold them up. Put another dimension on this one. Let's see, we'll put it there. And then the jewels that I used were these champagne. They looked like they had a little bit of pink on them. So I put them on a couple of the inside of the little pink flowers. Oops, that didn't get on. It's going to be stubborn. Okay. Even on the blue ones, I put some on. Okay. And then our sentiment, which I have right here. And Easter blessings. And you could put a few more rhinestones on your, or flowers. You could put some flowers on there. Actually, that might look nice. Oh yeah, I think I like that. So we'll put that on. A little bigger than a rhinestone. And actually we could put just one more rhinestone on, just to give it a little extra special. So that is card number 3. And what I did on the inside, again, using the DSP and a few little slivers of the other DSP on the other side, and that is card number 3. I have 2 more cards that I'm going to show you, and I will just get set up for that, and I will show you those really quickly as well. And I've made 2 more cards with the DSP from this set, and don't forget that we can make cards different sizes. These are 5x5, and I love the color combinations, just picking up colors from the DSP. So just jade and some orange and pink. I can't remember the color right now. But anyway, lots of fun, and I'm very happy with the way that these cards turned out. These are just layered in increments of 5x5, then 4.5x4.5, and everything just kind of goes the same on each side. So very nice. So those are our cards for tonight, and I did find my sentiment for this card. So we have this one, and this one, and then these two as well. So DSP is lots of fun to work with, and the price is right for them as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these cards, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.